the next step is the gemstones. Now, on gemstones, basically it's the same. We have a gemstone. We can define as many gemstones as we want. We can set any parameters that we want for the gemstones. Now, in Valigara, there are some basic fields and some additional fields. So, if there is some information that is missing for you, you can always add as many fields as you want to your jewelry and to your gemstones. So in additional fields in the gemstones, I can add, for example, let's say I want to create some additional type of information like sourcing. Where am I buying it? So I go to additional field, I go to sourcing, and I say, okay, bought from, for example, right? This is a field that will appear in all my gemstones under the sourcing selection. Now I can add more fields, and it will be, sorry, I didn't define it. I will set, of course, the string. Okay, from this will be probably the name. Is it David, Moses, or ever brought from somebody? So there are different type. I'm just guessing now, right? So I can create as many different types of information that I want. So, for example, if I bought it, for example, I want to create a selection. So I do create a selection of, for example, B2B, or I bought it consignation. So I bought it on, I don't know, some kind of agreement. I bought it, for example, loan, and so on. Trust. These are the selection fields that I create. Now, why is it important? Because there are no two similar businesses in jewelry. So each one will have its own different type of fields. So, for example, if I want to create some specific information, we're talking now also about product information management, PIM. We want to have some information related to eBay, how it will be presented. So I want to go to eBay selection on my products and create additional field. For example, as you probably know, lately eBay introduced the total carat weight range. Okay, this is something that they introduced some time ago, and Valigara does not have this, like here, the total carat weight. They have introduced this this selection. So Valigara does not have built-in this information. And if I want to add this type of information, I can do this. I can create the additional field, which will be called total carat weight range, and I will put this information into the product. Okay, so all the fields are very agile. You can add as many fields as you want. So when I go to the specific gemstone, I am able now, under sourcing, I am able to select now, as I created now here, agreement, bought from Moses, and save a product, and that's it. So because I need this information, I'm as a jeweler, I need this information. Now it's important to understand, most of jewelers have also B2B, business to business logistics, some wholesale logistics, and as a part of the solution for them, they will be, for example, able to handle all their ERP, all their information about how they buy their gemstones, who produces for them the models, and so on and so on, who will be basically set the gemstone into the specific model. All this information can be kept. Valigara allows you to create as many additional fields as you want. So what we have on the gemstones, we have the gemstone. You can create additional gemstone in the gemstone. The most important fields, of course, are the cut, the clarity, the color, and the karat, and the mandatory fields are the code and the gemstone title. Now, and again, as we said, to make this selection, so for example, the intensity or the color, for example, to have here only the relevant things, you can always go to the settings, gemstone settings, and simply update, for example, in the color. If I want to update the color, I go to the color selection and I look at what I have, and most probably, let's say, for example, I see here, because it's a test data, so probably these are the wrong values for the color. So I go and I delete the selected, just to avoid the situation that I have this mess, but to make sure that I work only with the right things that I do need, because it helps me in every step. Misunderstanding, for example, misusage of if I have red and red with 2D, I can by mistake put red with 2D, and then on Amazon it will never match their requirements. Or on eBay, when people will select the color, they will never at the end, or with the clarity, they will never find my product because I have entered the wrong value. So it's very important to have a very nice and relevant list of the selections here. Now we speak about colors. We have all the major information about gemstones here. It's color, intensity, overtop, cut, polish, treatment, and so on and so on. And of course, with additional fields, you can add more. Now, the very important thing here when we speak about types, Valigara has the 3 different types of gemstones: precious, precious pearl, non-precious, sorry, and precious diamond. Why is it important? Because Amazon is very selective how you post each gemstone. This is the reason Amazon is super selective on if I'm posting the diamond, for example, the precious pearl. If I want to post pearl into precious jewelry, I have to set a very specific fields. I want to post into Amazon a very specific fields. It's not tolerant at all. So if I will not set the correct type of the gemstone into Valigara, I will simply I will not be able to post it at all. But on the other side, if I just once, if I put it correctly, Valigara will do the rest for me. It will know how exactly to put the specific, let's say, blue sapphire. It's a precious stone. On Amazon, let's see if we have the sapphire. We have the blue sapphire. So from now, Valigara knows how to post it correctly to Amazon. And all products that will include this blue sapphire type of gemstone will be posted correctly. Now, so these selectors, they are not for fun. They create the relation between the marketplace's information and your ERP. Okay. Okay. Now, so we spoke about gemstones. Let's leave the page. Valigara always reminds you if you forgot to save something. Now, Valigara is very much into jewelry and diamonds, and this is why we handle separately certificates. Certificate is basically diamond certificate is an image, right? But it's not an image. It's not an image of a product. So what Valigara does, you can enter the certificate, something like this. This is the very classic GIA certificate. You can enter it. It belongs to the specific gemstone. So what we can do in the gemstone, we can add to the specific gemstone the certificate, and also we have the integration with GIA. GIA is the most known certification laboratory in the world, and we can get the information from the with the gemstone number. We can get all the information, including all the parameters of the diamond, from the GIA. Now, what we have here in gemstone, we have, of course, the export, import of the gemstones. If I want to export gemstones, it's we have different formats of export. We will talk about it a little bit later. So as we spoke, we have the gemstones. We have the ability to enter the certificate. If I want to add the certificate, I just simply go here on the certificate file 1, certificate lab. What is the laboratory? Is it GIA, EGL, or so on? Certificate number. What is the certificate file? We upload it. And then when we post it to the marketplaces, it's very important that this certificate will be shown. The system knows to show the specific certificates in the right places. From the gemstone, we can create already the product. It's not exactly the same. The gemstone, it's not a product. It's not a ready product. We have gemstone and the setting. Combination of the two is the product. But sometimes we want to say, no, we don't want anything. We just want to post the loose diamond, the loose gemstone, only the gemstone itself as a product. Okay, so we can create a product directly from the gemstone. We'll talk about it a little bit later.